The call to worship. I rejoiced when they said unto me, let us go to the house of God to worship. Our hearts are full of praise, our feet are dancing for joy and tingling with excitement to worship. And now we're here inside this space, this house, to worship. All of God's children, all of God's creation, all one with God, ready and willing to worship. To give thanks to the name of God. This is what it means to worship. And so we worship in spirit, we worship in truth. We worship. We worship. And so it is.
My eyes have seen the coming of an age that is to be, when from every limitation I shall know that I am free. For the age is rich in promise, and my soul has eyes to see. God's truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. God's truth is marching on. My soul has seen the beauty of a race from sorrow free, an age of faith and justice, truth and love and liberty. And I sing of love's great triumphs in this time of jubilee. God's truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. God's truth is marching on. I have seen the freeborn woman standing side by side with men. I have seen the nations brought until there is no tribe or clan. And the warlords all have vanished in the love of man for man. God's truth is marching on. One more time. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. God's truth is marching on.
Good morning. My name is Renee Richards, and I welcome you to our Sunday spiritual experience. We here at Verity Center we are Verity Center for Better Living, a new thought teaching ministry, a member of the Universal Foundation for Better Living, Namaskar. If you are joining us for the first time, it is my pleasure to greet you on behalf of the minister and our members. It is my hope that something said or done today will make a positive difference in your life. Please know that we accept you, respect you, and appreciate you. If you have any questions or you need to find out more about the center, please visit our website, www.veritycenter.org, and subscribe. And also like our Facebook page. We thank you for spending this time with us. Our vision is creating and maintaining a spiritually based community that facilitates enlightenment, enrichment, and empowerment. Our mission is offering spiritually based principles and techniques to those who are seeking to live a healthier, happier, and more prosperous life. Our motto is always verifying the truth, vivifying the spirit, and vitalizing the soul. We offer a full range of sacerdotal services, classes, and spiritual coaching. There are also opportunities to be an active part of this community. Please refer to our website for more information. Please affirm the opening statement with me. It is on your screen. I relax and release all fear and worry. I give my life into the divine one and live in accordance with spiritual law, now and always. This is my promise, my mission, my vision for success. And so it is. If you have your daily inspiration publication with you, please turn to the page after the center page or follow on your screen. I will be reading the first 3 core beliefs. We believe that it is God's will that every individual on the face of this earth should live a healthy, happy, and prosperous life. We believe that such a life is within the reach of each one of us, and the way to its attainment begins with the realization that the kingdom of God is within us, waiting for us to bring it into expression. We believe that we can bring this kingdom forth by practicing the universal spiritual principles handed down through the ages and taught by our wayshore, Jesus Christ. Today's inspirational reading is found on page 86. Our origin story. I watched Alex Haley's Roots years ago, and I am still caught up in the magnificence of this remarkable piece of art and history. Roots is a reminder to never forget who we are, where we come from, and the significance of our oral traditions. Haley remembered a story he was told as a child, researched and tracked his lineage, ending up in the village where his ancestors originated. Origin or ancestry stories are important. They add to the unknown past, making up the manuscript of our lives, often informing how we see and feel about ourselves. They ground and root us based on cultural traditions. How marvelous that our origin story, the creation story, the truth of who we are is rooted in spirit, all knowing, all present, all good, always. Whatever our cultural or human origin stories may be, our true origin story is a common one. We are spiritual beings. This is why we affirm we are one with all people, one with all life, one with the one, God. And the scriptural text is taken from Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. Then God said, "Let us make humankind in our image according to our likeness." And so it is. Please listen to the reminders. To receive daily meditation continues. To receive the link or phone-in information, please send an email to admin@veritycenter.org or leave a message at 416-240-1956. The daily inspirations are in for September and October. Please contact the office if you have any change to how it was set up previously with the previous arrangements. There will be no Wednesday breakaways for the next 3 weeks. It will resume on Wednesday, September 23rd. Adventure in Faith, the kickoff seminar. The date is Saturday, September the 12th from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. The cost is $20, and please register with admin@veritycenter.org. The location? The back parking lot of Verity Center. Bring a chair, a drink, a snack, wear a mask, and begin a powerful adventure to a place where you have never been before. Take a glimpse into the powerful 10-week adventure with this introductory seminar. This spiritual myth buster will help you see and understand your beliefs and lead you to a more heart-centered reality of authentic living. This is just the beginning of a remarkable journey into the heart of your lives in a way that honors your modern lifestyle. Commencement Sunday is Sunday, September the 13th. The book is The Universe Always Has a Plan by Matt Kahn. To order a copy, please email or phone the office. Thus ends the news. Let us prepare for a moment of conscious communion with our source and supply.
Shackled by a heavy burden, 'neath a load of guilt and shame, then the hand of Christ, it touched me, And now I am no longer the same. He touched me. He touched me. And all the joy that floods my soul. Something happened, and now I know he touched me and made me whole.
And now we sit still in the comfort of this touch, this bold, warm, reassuring touch. This touch of the Spirit that says, "It is all right, my child. I've got this." This warm, reassuring touch that says to us, no matter what we have faced this week, we now sit in and bask in the assurance that all is well, and well indeed, well in our souls, well in our world, and well in all our affairs. And we simply allow that touch to remain right there, right there. We do nothing, nothing at all, but sit still and bask in this reassuring shoulder touch, the hand of God, laying upon us and assuring us, "I am with you. I am with you. I am with you." And with every breath we take, we simply relax into knowing, I am with you. With every movement of our mind, we simply relax in knowing, I am with you. Here and now in this silence, I am with you. Here and now, here and now, the allness of God is simply pouring out into our world, into our affairs, boldly, strongly, effortlessly saying, I am with you, I am with you, I am with you. So we simply surrender to the touch, and we say, have your own way, Spirit. Have your own way, and keep on touching us, melting us, molding us, here and now. I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. What a sweet, sweet, blessed reassurance. Nothing, no one, no anything can move us. He touched me. Spirit touched me. I'm no longer the same, and now I know all is well. All is well. All is well. And so it is.
He touched me.
He touched me, and all the joy that floods my soul. Something happened, and now I know He touched me and made me whole.
The thought for the week is by Reverend Barbara. To create success and fulfill my ambitions in life, I must discipline my mind and control my thinking. This is required for me to truly live my spiritual truth. We will now have a musical selection by Shemroy Parkinson and Geneviève Trudel.
All the angels sing and they bow down and they say, holy. Yes, they say, holy. We are sons and daughters, we praise you now. And we say, holy. Yes, we say, holy. I will praise the Lamb of God who sits upon your throne. And I will
Thank you, Shemroy. Thank you, Genevieve. Thank you, Richard. Today's lesson, The Price of Success, will be given by the Reverend Barbara Schreiner Trudel.
Well, I'm so delighted to be speaking on this topic because we're at a time of great change. And I think sometimes when things are going on around us, we can get a little bit fearful. And of course, we know our thinking creates our reality. So we want to eliminate that. But I wanted to start today by sharing a story of a very prominent individual who understood that in order to succeed, there's something that must be paid, some sacrifice that must be made. The law of sacrifice is exact, and that's what today's message is all about. So I want to share a story that was shared by President Abe Lincoln. You could see the evidence of his great work through this. During the war, a young Vermont boy whose name was William Scott was sentenced to face the firing squad for being found asleep at his post. Now, it wasn't Scott's post, but that of his buddy whom he had relieved when he became ill. Double duty was too much for Scott, so he fell asleep. He was so well liked by all that his captain and friends appealed his case to the president. Lincoln decided to go to Chainbridge and handle the case in person. He went to the camp and talked to Scott. Scott said he was the kindest person he had ever met. He said the president had asked him about his home, the farm, his friends, and lastly, his mother. He said he was glad he could draw a picture of her out of the bosom of his shirt and show it to him. Mr. Lincoln told him how thankful he should be to have a mother and how he should make her a proud mother and that he should never cause her another sorrow or tear. Scott thought it very strange that he did not speak of his fate in the morning. Strange that he should advise him not to cause his mother another sorrow or tear when he was about to die. Finally, he mustered up his courage and asked the president if he would grant one favor, namely, that he would not have to face his friends, but that a firing squad be drawn from another company. Mr. Lincoln wheeled about and facing Scott said, "My boy, you're not going to be shot tomorrow. I am going to trust you and send you back to your friends. As I have been put to considerable trouble to come up from Washington, how are you going to pay the bill?" The boy stammered his gratitude. He suggested he could send him his savings. He could borrow money by mortgaging the farm. His friends would help too, and there was always his army pay. Then Mr. Lincoln put his hands on the boy's shoulders and looked sorrowfully into his face. He said, "My boy, my bill is a very large one. Your friends cannot pay it, nor your bounty, nor the farm, nor your comrades. There is only one man in all the world who can pay it, and his name is William Scott. If from this day William Scott does his duty, so that if I were to be there when he comes to die, he can look me in the face, as he is now doing, and say, I have kept my promise. Then my debt will be fully paid." I love that story because it speaks about the law of sacrifice in a way that takes it out of the material world, but back into the heart of hearts, back into that place within us, that if we want to be successful in life, there is something we must give into life. There's something we must do. He talks in the book a little bit about Lincoln before he became president and, how he liked to just loaf around and do nothing like many of us like to do on occasion. And he gave all that up. Like he finally got to a place of going, look, if I'm going to be successful, then I have to get up out of my lounge chair or whatever it was he was laying down on and do something. I have to put forth an effort. This was a man who had nothing. Right? He came from very, very poor background and yet somehow rose to the highest office in the United States. Now, nowadays, that's not a a giant thing because people are able to campaign and do whatever. They put lots of money for it, but he didn't have all of that. He had a heart that was big and full and willing to commit to his success. And so the law of sacrifice is, what am I willing to do or be in order to assure that I am successful? It doesn't come for free. Every single thing in life that we desire, we must pay a price for it. Now, that price may not be dollars and cents. And more often than not, it isn't. It is about how we stand in life and what we give into life that matters. In the book, Working with the Law, which is what I've been using all summer, such a great book. If you don't have it, get it. Oh, it is so amazing. What Abe Lincoln's mother taught him was that discipline was what was required for success. But the beginning of wisdom is just the desire for discipline, the love of it, the voluntary choice of it. So using wisdom is great, but first we must accept that discipline is required. And then we use wisdom to create whatever it is that we are looking for. The magical result of Abe came not by chance or accident, but from discipline. Discipline that is consciously chosen, ardently desired, and patiently persisted in. So he made a conscious effort to do everything that needed to be done in order to get where it was that he wanted to get. And that's what's required of every one of us. So what is it that you desire? If you can name it, all right? If you could sit back and say, okay, here's what my desire is. Write it down, be clear about it. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't go, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then a week later go, oh, well, it must not be God's will. We do that sometimes, don't we? We want to stop that. What we want to do instead is recognize that God's will really is for all of us to flourish, to live abundantly and creatively. So what we want to do is put forth a true effort. Find out what it is you truly desire. What is your natural gift? What is it in you that's really unique and special? Because we all have it. Write down your absolute number one desire. What do you desire more than anything else in the world? And write that down. And I want you to read that every day. Read that every day and ask yourself, what is the price of my success? What is this going to cost me? And then choose to be disciplined enough to pay the price. And if you do that, you will arrive at that chosen destination. Right? I think sometimes of Jim Carrey, who, great Canadian actor who's done remarkable things. And what's interesting is when you look back, you think, wow, he makes so much money making movies. But the truth is that he actually, paid the price, right? He worked at comedy clubs. He did all kinds of things. He was busy all the time. He created a vision. There's a story of him sitting on top of the Hollywood sign. And as he's sitting up there, he writes himself a check. I think it was for like $10 million or something. And he carried it with him. He had a vision. I am going to be a great movie star. And I'm going to get paid $10 million to do a movie. And I think he was paid like $13 million to do, I don't know, Ace Ventura or something. So when you take a look at that, you can't sit back and say, oh, well, he magically had success in a moment. No, he didn't. He paid the price. He did what was required every single day to get where it was that he said he wanted to get to. He paid the price. So what is it that, oh, it was The Mask. Thank you. The Mask was a very funny movie. But he paid the price. And what's wonderful is looking at some of the things he's done, and his movies are the height of silliness for sure, but they're great. They're great fun. The reality is, though, he paid the price in order to achieve what it was that he said he wanted to achieve. He lived a disciplined life doing what was in front of him, because that's the other thing. We sometimes look at this great vision that we have and it's way off in the future, and we sit back and do whatever we feel like today rather than actually stepping up and doing the thing that we're required to do. It's like, okay, my vision is 5 years out, so for now I'll just sit on the couch and watch Netflix. That's what I like to do. That's what I did all through my holiday. Rest, rest, rest. It was perfect. But we tend to, look at it as far off and then think, okay, we can, relax today. What we do today ensures our success for tomorrow. That's the price we have to pay. We must choose discipline. Now, if your vision is for something you love, if your vision is to create something that truly it feels like an inspiration from deep inside of you, the gift that you have to give into the world, if that is your dream, discipline's easy. Discipline is easy. Totally easy, because you're doing what you love. And to do it every day, or to take steps toward it every day, that's easy. I watch my daughter, she loves to sing. She sings morning, noon, and night. We could never move into a condo. Our neighbors would hate us. But it's what she does. It's like she loves to sing, and so she does it all the time because she loves it. But that also is a discipline, right? If she wants to use her voice to create, a musical theater career or whatever she's got planned, in order to do that, she must train that instrument. And that requires daily work. Okay? Every day, do what you love and you will get there. So the discipline that is required to create success in our life is sort of an easy thing for us to do if we're doing what it is we are meant to do. What is your desire? And if you've written it down, I want you to meditate on it every day, to go, here's what it is, and just quiet your mind. See, meditation is a powerful, powerful tool. We use it to train our mind. We use it to train that thinking aspect of us so that we can begin to open up this inspiration from within, so we can begin to get, a concise idea of next steps. You see, each day we're only required to do what is in front of us. Okay? I don't have to do the thing that is my end goal. What I have to do is today, I must do what is right in front of me. And if I will do that, I will end up taking enough steps to get to a place that satisfies my greatest desire. I mean, if you think of so many people who've accomplished greatness, none of it happened by accident. But it seems like it does. We look at, some of these famous people in the world and we think, wow, I didn't know them yesterday, and today look at them. But if you were to follow them from the time they were a small child, what you would see is that they were always moving in that direction. That every day they were doing a little something that allowed them to express their unique and powerful self. That's what we're looking for. What is it I desire in life? Who am I? That's a big question. Who am I? And if I can relax into that very thing that makes me unique and special, because remember, we are all unique and special. Okay, not one of us, all of us, every single person on the planet has some unique gift, a little something that only you can bring into life, into the universe at this point in time. We're required to give that. We're required to give that unique gift, whatever it is. And finding a way to do that becomes very easy because it's quite natural to us. Now, the challenge that happens sometimes is we have a gift that, of course, for us is super easy to do, super comfortable. And we look around and we go, well, anybody could do that. It's so easy. No, anybody couldn't do it. It is your unique something, something. Share it. Share your light with the world. That's what we're called to do, is to share our light with the world. If we will do that, then what happens is the doors open, the floodgates open, and all of a sudden life is happening in a really big way. But it started off just like, if you think about a stream of water, and I shared the story of water last week, it starts off as a tiny little stream up in the mountains, and it slowly works its way down. And when it comes to an obstacle, it doesn't stop. It moves around it. It automatically moves around it, over it, under it, whatever the case may be, but it moves. And that's what we have to do, is as we're living our dream and moving toward creating something great and wonderful in our lives, it is imperative that when we reach an obstacle, that we recognize that, oh, okay, I'm not meant to stop going for my dream. What I'm meant to do is look around. Because if this door is locked, there's probably one right over to the left or the right that is open. There's something about our path that needs to weave or flow. When I went into ministry, my very beginning of classes, I knew I would come to Toronto and start a church. That was my vision. I then did all my ministerial training because, of course, I had to train to be a minister. I couldn't just start a church and say, hey, call me Rev. I had to actually get the, the qualifications. So I spent 5 years in school, did all my requirements, did my exams and everything. And when it was all said and done, somehow Toronto still wasn't there. And I would pray and meditate daily going, what is my next step? And I graduated in July, and in October, I just had a flash when a friend of mine said, why didn't you candidate for the Vernon Church? Vernon is a city in British Columbia. And I couldn't remember why I hadn't candidated for it. So I decided to do it. And I was hired by that church, and I worked there for 1.5 years. That 1.5 years provided me with the practical aspects of ministry that I never got in school, right? The joy about school is you train for a career, but it never tells you anything about the career. Right? It gives you all these kind of book smarts, but then you get into the real world and it's something completely different. So I had 1.5 years, which strengthened me in, okay, what is ministry? And from there, I moved to Toronto and started the Center for Spiritual Living. The journey was one of discipline. Every day I had to do my reading, my meditation, my prayers. Every day I had to maintain my focus on that end result. Even when I went to Vernon, I knew it wasn't forever. I knew that I was going there for a time. I didn't know how long it would be, for a time. And then 1 year and 3 months later, when I was at a minister's conference in Long Beach, California, I had the inspiration, it's time. Go to Toronto now. And I went that July. That was 2000, so I've been here for 20 years now. The interesting thing is that we are required to take certain steps to get where it is we say we want to go. What is your desire? What is it that you are so good at? What is it that is absolutely your gift and blessing? What is it that you do better than anyone else? What is that little something, something that just is your gift? Be willing to do what it takes to bring it into life. He says, no one will ever find the richness of life in any realm by loose and casual wandering. Always we will have to go down a narrow way and through a straight gate called discipline. It is an inescapable necessity, a definite law that we must obey. The law of sacrifice. He says freedom is not living an obsessed and undisciplined life. Freedom is in being able to control your life and in making it what you want it to be, right? I mean, imagine if we were to look at discipline differently. Discipline allows me to be free. And the way it makes me free is I get to choose my life. I get to choose the path, the direction. I get to control the outcome by living a disciplined existence that allows me to pay the price I need to pay in order to accomplish what it is I say I want to accomplish in my life. So are you ready to pay the price? Are you ready to sacrifice your, flighty ways, whatever that is, whatever way you like to just kind of distract yourself? Are you willing to sacrifice that and put your nose to the grindstone, so to speak, that you can fulfill your life purpose? You see, remember, each one of us came into this life with a little something, something special. What is it? And am I willing to live it? Am I willing to give it? Am I willing to be in service to it 24/7? Am I willing to absolutely shine my light? Right? We sing that song, This Little Light of Mine. What do you think that means, right? Like, it's, that's a great little fun song. We know it, but do we really take it into our heart and go, yeah, I have a light in me. I must let it shine. And if I will, something wonderful will come as a result of that. What is it that I desire? What is it that I dream about more than anything? What is it that makes me feel really comfortable and joyful? What brings me fulfillment and satisfaction? The meaning of success is not, a six-figure income. Success is a heart filled with love and joy at being alive. My heart is filled with love and joy when I do what God put me here to do. And the same is true for you. You have a gift, a very special gift, and the world needs it. I believe the world is a little chaotic at the moment because too many of us are not shining our light. So maybe it's time. And regardless of your age or station in life, there's something about you that is essential to the unfolding of the universe at this point in time. And it's up to you to share that, to give it away, give it to the world, be in service to humanity now and always. He says in the book, something always has to be paid for something else. No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a price. No matter how far you may go before the rope gets tight, no matter how wild or how lax you may live, even though you think you are getting away with it, and do, you cannot fool the law. Something always has to be paid for something else. Whatever is going on in your life, whatever you think is happening that you're getting away with, just know that there is no getting away with anything. It's like the person who goes to the grocery store and pays cash for their groceries, and the clerk gives you back the wrong change. They give you too much, and they give you too much, and you keep it anyway. Just know there's a price to pay for that dishonesty. Right? There's a price to pay for everything. He says in here that there is He says, I recommend to you, for on it you will find the law of sacrifice, ever working to bring you the joys and the pleasures that result always from the wisdom and understanding that accompany it. Blessed is the person who endureth temptation, for when they are tried, they shall receive the crown of life, which the law has promised to them. So when we move through the ideas of discipline and sacrifice, what we're doing is we're sacrificing something for our highest and best good. I'm not sacrificing so Renee has a good day. I'm not sacrificing so Ian has a good day. I am sacrificing that I might fulfill God's vision in my life, whatever that little something something was that I was given at my birth, that I was meant to bring into this world at this time. I sacrifice my laziness. I sacrifice my willfulness, my rebelliousness, whatever it is that I need to sacrifice so that I might focus on that straight and narrow path. What is your path? What is your greatest dream, vision? And are you prepared to pay the price that is required? So take whatever it is you've written down, meditate on it daily, and whatever inspiration comes to you, act upon that inspiration. Act upon it, and then the next day do the same thing. Day by day, moment by moment, you will arrive. It is guaranteed. The minute we move into that place of acceptance of who we truly are and live from that highest truth, sharing our light in service to humanity, something shifts and success is assured. God bless you. And I know that your purpose will be revealed and your path made easy. God bless.
Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise you. I just want to praise you. You broke the chains, now I can lift my hands. And I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. In the corners of my mind, I just can't seem to find a reason to believe that I can break free. 'Cause you see, I have been down for so long, feel like all hope is gone. But as I lift my hands, I understand that I can praise you to my circumstance. And the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise you. Off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise you. I just want to praise you. just wanna praise you. You broke the chains, now I can lift my hands. And I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. My turn. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. You broke the chains, now I can lift my hands. And I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. One more time now. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. You broke the chains, now I can lift my hands. And I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you.
Thank you, Voices of Praise and Richard Whiteman. So grateful for the music. Not sure what happened there with a little glitchiness, but they do sound amazing, and I'm so grateful. So grateful for our choir, so grateful for everyone who has come together to create this remarkable experience week by week. And although we do have a few little glitches here and there, let's just know that God is in the house and that we are blessed regardless of little computer glitches. So we have our offering blessing. It is that time in our service when we give back of our good. And so we're going to pass the virtual basket. And so let us say together the offering blessing, which you will find on the screen. Together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. All is well, and so it is. And I know that you can send your tithes and offerings. You can go to veritycenter.org and click the donate link. You can send an e-transfer to admin@veritycenter.org. And of course, you can mail in your offering to the office. So wonderful, wonderful that you can continue to support this incredible ministry and watch as it grows. And so at this point, I'd like to bless the offering, but I'd also like to pray over any prayer requests that have come into us. So let us join together in consciousness. I know in this moment that there is only God, this one infinite creative intelligence, this presence that is omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. As I relax into it, I am fulfilled by it. And I know in this moment that Verity Center for Better Living is truly a divine idea in the mind of God. That each and every person who finds their way to this ministry is lifted and blessed in many good ways. And for this and so much more, I'm deeply grateful. I know that the money that comes into Verity is God in our financial affairs. And for this, I say thank you. Gratefully and humbly releasing these definite gifts into the universal one allows it to flow and move, taking love wherever it goes. I know for every prayer request that comes in that an answer is at hand, that within the request itself, the answer lives. And so I trust and know that what's in the highest and best good for all concerned is fully realized right here and now. I know for Reverend Evan that divine love is touching and blessing him now and always. I know for Noreen that she is lifted in all ways and that beautiful things are occurring for every member of the family. And for all others who have any need, anything touching their heart today, what I know is divine love is a here and now reality. So I'm filled with love and grace. I'm filled with gladness and gratitude as I release this to the one. It is done, and so it is. I just wanted to remind you, I sent a letter out to a number of people, all of the kind of core people who are part of our ministry. And I just want to invite all of you. During Adventure in Faith, we have 10 weeks of remarkable, remarkable gifts that we'll be sharing with you. And I want you to double our attendance every single week. So if each of you brings a friend, that should do the trick. Invite one person to come and join us, and maybe invite 2 or 3 so that, you know, if one doesn't come, the other one will. Bring your friends. This is going to be a really, really remarkable, remarkable gift. And know that they don't have to live in Toronto. They can live in China. They can live in Africa. They can live in the Caribbean. They can live in British Columbia. They can live in Saskatchewan. They can live anywhere in the world, and we can reach them through Zoom. Wow. Share this gift that is Verity Center for Better Living and the Adventure in Faith program, which is going to be absolutely powerful. On that note, it is time to come to the end of our service, so I invite you to join me in our closing affirmation, which you will find on the screen as well. Together, please. God as light surrounds me. God as love enfolds me. God as power protects me. God as presence watches over me. Wherever I am, God is. I am one with the one. And so it is. And now our closing song, Confident Living by Voices of Praise.
Confident